I'm in the studio listening to some beats. All I hear is boom, real loud. Instantly stop the music. I just hear it. Motherfucker run. I hear doo-doo-doo. My partner say, man, who the fuck in this crib? A-Rap passed me the pistol. Bam, I look through the door. I see like 3, 4 niggas running through the crib, all black, mask on, running through the crib. One run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. Niggas run out the door, they run out the door. On the floor, walk up to the, take his mask off his head. Looked at it, saw who it was. I'm like, damn. Shot his ass again. Bow. He screaming, ah! Boom. Go back in the studio, shut the door. All I hear is doom, 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 doom. Somebody coming up there. I open up the door again, I start shooting. Bow, bow. It's killer. He like, man, pass me the gun. I said, man, I ain't getting. Police pull up. You know, that was the end.
When you took the mask off, you knew who it was?
I knew who it was.
Oh, wow. So it was an inside job. It's clearly self-defense. The guy is still on the floor?
Yeah.
He's still alive?
Yeah. Nah. I don't want to talk about all that.
Okay. And it was self-defense. 100%.
Self-defense. Self-defense.
Snake with that puzzle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Soulja Boy is truly a troll. A champion troll. It's true. But it seemed like he chose to bite off more than he can chew. So with no further ado, let's see what he and Marlon Wayans have been up to. Oh, my mama.
Say this about Soulja Boy. Y'all gotta give him a little bit of latitude because he a victim. And he been ran through quite a bit. They was playing tapes and then the owner of the house pulled out Soulja Boy tape. That's why he's always able to call other on being a swish. Birds of a feather flock together.
To get in your position. What? I got on MySpace and YouTube and grinded as a teenager in the hood, and I made and you mad because you had to get in your ass. You had to suck.
Soulja Boy, he been canceled. He nobody cares Soulja Boy. So Soulja Boy better go get that check. Yeah, I don't think he had hits and it's been a while. He don't care.
You thought Soulja Boy was only clashing with Marlon Wayans? Wrong. This man ain't just in a comedy beef. He's wrestling with his own closet full of secrets, and it looks like the closet door just busted wide open. What started as a tiny throwaway radio joke has now cracked open years of Soulja's most hidden scandals. And trust me, the mess is way deeper than anyone expected.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, you know, the pot calling the kettle black is all.
Soulja Boy, he been canceled. He nobody cares Soulja Boy. So Soulja Boy better go get that check. Yeah, I don't think he had hits and it's been a while.
So why was Soulja's reaction so wild? Simple. When you're hiding as much as Big Draco allegedly is, even the smallest jab feels like a full-on expose. That's why he ran straight to X and fired off that meltdown post. I can't believe I'm arguing with a dude that dressed up like a white chick. What the F is wrong with me? He thought that was a clapback, but Marlon, being a seasoned comedy vet, flipped it right back at him and started poking holes in Soulja's image. And wow, did that image start unraveling quick? Here's the thing, the industry been whispering for years about contradictions in Soulja's lifestyle, but now the whispers are turning into full-blown stories. Remember that interview William DeBoss gave on Tasha K's podcast? He didn't just talk, he came with alleged receipts. William described Soulja's condo, down to the layout, the bottles lined up in his liquor cabinet, and even pointed out tattoos on Soulja's body that the public's never seen in photos.
Uh-oh.
That's the type of detail you can't just make up, and it left people stunned.
I loved it. I had some it was Louis, it was everything, and it was perfect. And he was like, take this, you white. Like he kept he's very into the race play stuff. But here's the thing, I don't know if this was really him or it was drunk him.
I'm telling y'all I'm not. What you want me to? What the wrong with y'all? They said to the left, bro, anybody could go on OnlyFans and see that. Anybody could go on OF and see that. I got an OF page. What the that don't prove nothing. What the is wrong with y'all, bro? Hey, y'all, keep it, wait, keep it gangster. Are y'all serious right now or are y'all trolling?
Is he serious or is he trolling? He got an OnlyFans? OnlyFans for free shit, right? Oh, man, these dudes is crazy.
Y'all serious? Oh, y'all dead. Okay, on my life, God strike me down, send me to hell right now. On my soul, on everything I love, that dude is lying. I could die right now today. God strike me down. I'll put it on my life. I put it on my life, a soul. I put it on my heartbeat. That is not true, bro. Now, if that don't do it for y'all, I don't know what the y'all want me to say. And then if you don't believe me after that, I don't give a I don't give a cause it ain't what the it ain't what the big deal? What the
And this ain't the first time someone dropped hints. Vivica Fox threw her own shade years ago while discussing that iconic XXL cover with Soulja Boy and 50 Cent. When she was asked about 50 blaming the ratings flop on gay stuff, Vivica hit back with a look and a line that had everybody raising their eyebrows. That was basically code for, don't think everything is as it seems.
What were your thoughts when 50 Cent blamed the second season ratings dip on gay stuff?
First of all, the pot calling the kettle black.
And ever since then, people been connecting dots that Soulja probably wished stayed erased. See, Vivica Fox knew exactly what she was hinting at. This woman has been around Hollywood long enough to see behind every single industry curtain. She doesn't throw shade without a reason. Now connect that to Soulja's explosive reaction to Marlon's jokes, going from zero to throwing transphobic shots in under a minute. That's textbook projection right there, attacking others for the very insecurities you're running from yourself. But then, this beef flipped into a whole new league. Marlon dropped that country-style diss track, and when I tell you the internet went crazy, I mean crazy.
Soulja Boy is on cognac and meth. I can smell it on his breath.
I ain't never heard that, he a fool.
Yes, he's on that creth. It's cognac and meth.
The man rapped, Soulja Boy is on CAC and meth. I can smell it on his breath. Yes, he's on that. It's CAC. The internet lost its mind. That track wasn't just floating online. It was everywhere. Group chats, DJ club mixes, and even sneaking onto radio stations like it was a real single. Overnight, Marlon went from cracking jokes to dropping bars sharper than anything in Soulja's catalog, and people were here for every second of it. And just when fans thought things couldn't possibly get any messier, boom! TMZ caught Marlon outside a restaurant in LA. You'd expect him to downplay it, maybe smooth things over. But nope. He doubled down in front of cameras with the whole world watching. Marlon didn't just clap back, he went full savage mode and hit Soulja with the verbal kill shot that had everyone hollering.
You can't do two songs, and I only remember one of them. Watch me, you. And beef with me. Get out of here. Put you in one of the movies. I need a crackhead for the new scary. I need a crack and a meth head all mixed together. You're perfect. I need someone that looks like a wet Muppet. That's what I am. I need crack and meth together. I need creth together. I want someone to look like they'll sell your car, rob you, and suck all at the same time. Soulja Boy.
But here's where Soulja really messed up. He dragged this beef to a place you just don't go. He came for Marlon's transgender son Kai, saying, that runs in the family, huh? A Marlon Wayans. No wonder you like dressing up as but it's in your blood.
Where is the lie, though? Where is the lie? His son watched his daddy do that growing up. Saying his uncles pretend to be real sassy, feminine, two snaps and thumb, all that. They saw it up close. You cannot deny there's the possibility of potential that they were influenced to be feng shui.
That's when the whole thing crossed the line into dangerous territory. Because in Hollywood, everybody knows everybody's secrets. They just keep quiet until you push the wrong button. And by taking shots at Kai, Soulja basically handed Marlon the green light to pull every skeleton out of his closet, and that's exactly when the real dirt started spilling. One of the biggest contradictions in Soulja Boy's whole image is that so-called tough guy persona versus what allegedly goes down when he actually gets tested. And nothing proves that contradiction louder than the infamous night at his mansion, the night that ended with gunfire, lies, and legal chaos. This wasn't just a house party, it turned into a full-blown crime scene straight out of a TV drama. Soulja swore masked intruders stormed his home and that he had no choice but to transform into some action hero.
My partner say, man, who the f in this crib? A-Rap passed me the... Bam, I look through the door. I see like 3-4 running through the crib. All black, mask on, running through the crib. One run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the bow, shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door. This nigga on the
He even bragged about yelling, "Get down on the floor," as he claimed to blast back at the so-called attackers. But here's where it gets messy, because the man at the center of it all, a guy named Droop, tells a completely different story. And trust me, Droop's version flips everything upside down. According to Soulja, it was random masked robbers, but Droop says nah, they weren't intruders, they were his people, part of Soulja's own label. The real problem? They heard one of their tracks blasting at Soulja's album release party. Except this time it had Soulja's verse slapped on it, without permission, without credit, and without a single dime paid. And that wasn't just about one song. Droop claims Soulja promised them production credits, features, and a percentage of streaming revenue when they signed with him. Instead, after months of writing, producing, and even choreographing for his shows, they walked away with $0 and zero recognition. That's when, according to Droop, the night turned violent. Soulja allegedly pulled the trigger, hitting him before he could even react. But here's the wildest part. Instead of dying at the scene, Droop managed to stumble into a car and get rushed to the hospital. When he finally woke up, he was cuffed to the bed. Yep, Soulja had already called the cops, spun his masked intruder story, and got Droop slapped with an attempted robbery charge carrying up to 25 years in prison. And the police reports? They only make it sketchier. First, Soulja claimed 5 masked men broke in. Later, it was suddenly 3. Those inconsistencies don't just raise eyebrows. They make people wonder if the robbery was really just a setup to cover Soulja's tracks all along. And get this, the description of the weapons Soulja said were used that night kept changing every time he retold the story. First it was pistols, then it was AKs, then something else entirely. But Droop wasn't going down easy. He brought in powerhouse lawyer Brian Steele, the same guy defending Young Thug, and within weeks, Steele shredded the prosecution's weak case to pieces. With no solid evidence, the whole case collapsed, and Droop only ended up serving about a year total, including the 9 months he'd already been locked up. And here's where it gets even crazier. Soulja's own former right-hand man, Arab, ended up backing up Droop's story. Even though Arab and Soulja had fallen out long before, he admitted his voice was literally shaking when he described that so-called masked intruder situation. That detail made it clear something traumatic definitely went down, but the streets still debate to this day about who was actually telling the truth. But here's the kicker. Droop's case wasn't some isolated situation. Multiple artists who worked with Soulja have come forward saying the same thing. He reels them in with promises of money, features, and exposure, then allegedly snatches their work, slaps his name on it, and leaves them with nothing. That pattern of exploitation doesn't just stop with music, it bleeds into everything Soulja touches. Remember when he flexed about being the first rapper with a gaming console? Yeah, turns out it was nothing more than a rebranded knockoff emulator from overseas sold at inflated prices. Or how about when he bragged about buying a mega mansion that later turned out to be an Airbnb rental? And don't forget that
I guess he also was the first one to do the Bow Wow challenge. He's the first.
shady crypto stunt at Trump's inauguration, where he basically admitted he only shows up for whoever throws the biggest bag.
They pay me a bag. Obama ain't never put no money in my pocket.
Kamala ain't never put no money in my motherfucker's pocket. Trump put money in my...
All those contradictions explain exactly why Marlon's jokes cut so deep. He wasn't just clowning Soulja. He was exposing the whole shaky foundation of a man who spent more time claiming he was the first than actually building something real. And this right here is why Soulja panicked and started wiping his whole timeline clean the second he realized he was losing control of the narrative. He even dropped a half apology, writing, "I apologize for crashing out. I just be trying to defend myself, but sometimes I take it too far. Back to the music and TV shows. Love y'all." But by then, too late. The damage was already done. What makes this feud hit different is how it pulled back the curtain on how Hollywood really works. There's an unspoken code. Certain topics stay untouchable until someone crosses that invisible line. And when Soulja went after Marlon's son Kai with those ugly transphobic comments, he stomped right over that line.
There was nothing ugly or transphobic about it. He was trying to be humorous and clap back. This dude's whole family bloodline has made a fortune off of poking fun at that community my whole life. Now to get all tender and sensitive because his son is part of the community is crazy. That's crazy work. That's weak as oh my mama.
See, Marlon has been nothing but solid in public about supporting Kai's journey. Just this past June, he shared pride photos with a caption that had people calling him Father of the Year. He wrote, "As a father of a child in the LGBTQ+ community, I show my support. Zero cost what people think. If I lost you, good." That right there cemented him as a real one, and the LGBTQ+ community stood tall behind him. The second Soulja disrespected Kai, Protect Kai started trending everywhere. And with that came a tidal wave of backlash. Brand deals Soulja was banking on, gone overnight. Money talks, and it was screaming, "We're good on you, Soulja." Marlon wasn't done though. He clapped back with precision. He posted, "If Soulja Boy had a career, he could get canceled for this type of slander. Luckily, he ain't been relevant since 2007. That jab alone had the internet howling, but then he twisted the knife with, 'My child had top surgery and still has more chest than you.' 2 million likes in hours. That's not just shade, that's domination." And the fallout was loud. Marlon's empire speaks for itself, from In Living Color to White.
So Marlon had a girl that went to a boy? I just automatically assumed it was the opposite way around. That's interesting.
Chicks to sold-out stand-up tours, he's built a legacy across decades. Meanwhile, Soulja's still trying to stretch Crank that like it's stuck on repeat from 2007 while selling knockoff business schemes that nobody's buying. And the industry noticed too. A-listers were lining up behind Marlon, while Soulja's corner looked emptier than his so-called gaming console shelves. Even artists who once dropped tracks with Soulja suddenly acted like they didn't even know him. That silence was deafening, and it told the whole story about where he really stands in the game right now. The fallout is hitting him in real time. 3 major sponsors already pulled out. His streaming numbers are sinking like a stone, and his name is trending for all the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, Marlon is out here stacking wins like it's nothing. He's being inducted into the NAACP Image Awards Hall of Fame, fielding brand new offers from major studios for LGBTQ+ centered projects, and his social media is booming. Every post pulling insane engagement. Soulja may have pioneered internet rap marketing back in the MySpace era, sure, but he just got absolutely cooked by someone who knows exactly how to move in the digital streets of 2025. Marlon played this beef like chess, step by step. First the slick text, then the shady pictures, then that country diss track that went viral overnight. It wasn't just jokes, it was a whole masterclass in how to flip a beef into momentum, respect, and money. Meanwhile, Soulja's sitting there looking like he studied all the wrong chapters. And here's the cold, hard truth. When your entire image is built on cap, you don't come for a comedy legend's kid. Especially not a legend who's got decades of Hollywood connects and all the industry tea that people been whispering about you for years. So let's run the scoreboard. Marlon's walking away with W's, NAACP Hall of Fame honors, new studio deals, and public love pouring in nonstop. Soulja, his closet's empty, his corner's quiet, and the mask has finally slipped. At this point, it's bigger than a beef. It's a straight-up case study in how fast the industry can turn on you once the mask slips. See, Soulja thought he could clown Marlon and still control the narrative, but the opposite happened. Hollywood has long memories, and when you've spent years burning bridges and flexing with smoke and mirrors moves, people are just waiting for the right moment to step back and let you drown. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Industry insiders are whispering that Soulja's meltdown opened the floodgates. Suddenly, people who'd been quiet for years are speaking up about shady business deals, unpaid features, and collaborations that never saw a dime. One producer even claimed, Soulja had me working 6 months straight, promised placements, then ghosted me once he got what he needed. That kind of story isn't rare. It's consistent, and now the streets are finally listening. Meanwhile, Marlon's rise from this drama just proves how much the game has changed. He didn't need a new movie release or a massive campaign. He weaponized the internet itself. He let Soulja spiral, then hit back piece by piece, turning jokes into virality and virality into respect. By the time that country diss track dropped, Marlon wasn't just defending his son, he was rewriting the playbook on how to end a beef in 2025. And the contrast couldn't be louder. Marlon's name is being celebrated at award shows, with doors opening left and right for future projects. Soulja, his legacy, once tied to being an innovator of internet rap, is now stuck in a loop of chaos, drama, and credibility questions. The man who once shouted first to do it now looks like the last one people want to stand next to. The truth is, in this industry, reputation is currency. Marlon's stock is skyrocketing while Soulja's value is crumbling right before our eyes. And if the whispers keep piling up, this won't just be the end of a beef. It could be the nail in the coffin for Soulja's place in hip-hop history. Now it feels like every single skeleton Soulja tried to bury is out here, doing the electric slide in broad daylight, and the whole industry's watching. What started as one little joke from Marlon spiraled into a cultural takedown that nobody saw coming. And honestly, this might go down as one of the wildest beefs we've seen in a long time. The big question though, who do you think really won this? Was it Soulja still clinging to that first rapper to do it legacy, or Marlon, who flipped his comedy chops into a masterclass on how to expose somebody's weaknesses? Drop your thoughts down in the comments because the debate is far from over.
Yeah, that. Different seasons. We do it all, yeah. Yeah, I got riders from all sides, we locked in. Stock 10, these niggas think they got me boxed in. When I shoot, I'm something like top 10. Hitting targets, and won't stop neither, they shouldn't have got me started. These niggas knowing who the hardest, we don't play at all. Different guns for different seasons. Nigga, we told them all, choppers for the fall. Semis for the summer. When we talk glass, yeah, it get cold around this motherfucker. Yeah, it get cold around this bitch. Give me that Baymac hoodie. What you know about Raymond Washington? Stanley took it. Can't bring the homies to my shows, don't even book me. Cause we frontline. Put it in my contract, I signed a dotted line. Yeah, we be outside, tatted up with no shirts on. He been hanging around for a minute, time to get put on. We stand strong. Here for a minute, I ain't staying long. We back to back. And serve niggas just like ping pong. Thermos with them hoodies on. It get cold where we at. My bitch said I did a code. Calling me like, where you at? I be on them hot blocks. Pull up, get your ass wet. Summertime, push-ups and pull-ups. 7 a set. Raised by a gangster. Ocho Siete. Slamming dominoes with my unk. Hollering out Fente. It'll be a melee, just give me a reason. Different quetes for different seasons. Nigga, we do it all. Yeah, I got riders from all sides, we locked in. Stock 10, these niggas think they got me boxed in. When I shoot, I'm something like top 10. Hitting targets, and won't stop neither, they shouldn't have got me started. These niggas knowing who the hardest, we don't play at all. Different guns for different seasons. Nigga, we told them all, choppers for the fall. Semis for the summer. When we talk glass, yeah, it get cold around this motherfucker. Backwood will stuff a whole eighth. And for that check, I ain't never late. My name good in that whole way. Ask me where I'm from, I'm gon' tell you. I don't hesitate. A to the A, both of them, I don't separate. Disrespect the game that I demonstrate. Squabble up, cause I ain't finna wait. Cause let's get this out the way. Mafias, we come out and play. This shit don't stop. Generation after generation, I get it from my pops. Quick to holler with that sim like OZ and Termite. Outside like roaches when they turn on them street lights. We do it all. End-toe choppers for the fall. Cause we be gunning. That thing hold a whole 100. Got them niggas running. Them niggas thought that I was bluffing. I'm David Ruffin. These slugs will make your heart stop pumping. Still thugging. And no, I don't need a reason. We be at it all 4 seasons. We do it all. Yeah, I got riders from all sides. We locked in. Stock 10. These niggas think they got me I'm like top 10, hitting targets, and won't stop neither. They shouldn't have got me started. These niggas knowing who the hardest. We don't play at all. Different guns for different seasons. Nigga, we told them all. Choppers for the fall, semis for the summer. Winter we told Glossy, it get cold around this motherfucker.
And wow, well over 80 miles an hour, creeping up on 100 miles an hour. You can see it just flying by these cars. And it is not only dangerous to those other drivers, but certainly dangerous to this motorcyclist. You know, these cars, the drivers don't know that it's coming up so fast. You can see, wow, that motorcyclist appearing to kind of stand up there on the motorcycle there for a second. But, oh my gosh.
Snake Wood and that person. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.